And political fireworks are expected inside the parliament today over the Waqf bill that is likely to be introduced by the central government in Lok Sabha. Now, Union Minister Kiran Rijiju to move for leave to withdraw the Waqf Properties Bill 2014. The government has decided to withdraw the Waqf Properties Bill 2014, which was introduced in Rajya Sabha in February 2014 when the Congress-led UPA government was in power. The opposition calls the centre's Waqf bill divisive and an attempt to divert attention from real issues. The Waqf bill of 2024 is listed for introduction by Minority Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju in Lok Sabha shortly now. Opposition parties allege that the proposals aim to deprive the Muslim community of their land, assets and the freedom to manage religious affairs guaranteed under the Article 26 of the Indian Constitution. The ruling NDA has in turn argued that the demand to regulate Waqf boards comes from the Muslim community itself. To throw some light on the bill seeks to effectively address issues related to the powers of the state Waqf boards, registration and survey of Waqf properties and removal of encroachments. The opposition parties have strongly objected to the bill and demanded that it should be sent to Parliament's Standing Committee for scrutiny after being introduced. The bill seeks to amend the law governing Waqf boards across the country and has sought representation of Muslim women and non-Muslim in such bodies. One major change is the introduction of the district collector as an arbiter to determine whether a property is a Waqf asset or government land. The bill also proposes substituting the term Waqf with Unified Waqf Management, Empowerment, Efficiency and Development and allows the collector to investigate and report on property status, potentially altering previous decisions made by the Waqf Tribunal. But this has so far sparked political war of words between the centre and the opposition. Sample the reactions coming in.
क्लियर है, हम लोग इसका विरोध करेंगे वक्त का जो सरकार ला रही है, लेकिन उसमें देखने की चीज़ ये होगी कि जो सरकार कह रही है कि इसमें महिलाओं का सशक्तिकरण की बात कही जा रही है, जिस तरह की बात कही जा रही है अल्पसंख्यकों के लिए, तो देखना होगा कि सरकार जो कह रही है क्या सही बिल में है या नहीं है। लेकिन सरकार को ध्यान देना चाहिए था जो इस देश के ज्वलंत मुद्दे हैं, जो पहली प्राथमिकता उनकी होनी चाहिए था कि बेरोजगारी पे बात करें, महंगाई पे बात करें। देखिए ना कि एक तरफ आप बिल ला रहे हैं और दूसरी तरफ इस देश में अल्पसंख्यकों के साथ किस तरह का व्यवहार हो रहा है अलग अलग राज्यों में, तो उस पर सरकार चिंता जाहिर नहीं करती है, उस पर कोई चर्चा नहीं कराती है, उस पर प्रधानमंत्री जी का कोई रिएक्शन नहीं आता है।
We are opposing the introduction of the amendment bill of the Waqf Act. Reason are three. One of the reason is this: it is beyond the legislative power of the Parliament to make the amendment in respect of the land of the Waqf, because land is the subject of the state subject. Secondly, this is interfering with the rights of the minorities. This right cannot be curtailed. Whatever in the Waqf Act was there, that was legislated by here, that the land was not the subject. Now today this amendment is brought. Therefore we are opposing. Minorities' rights are going to be affected by this amendment itself.
हम उनको कह रहे हैं अभी हम ऑब्जेक्ट करेंगे और एक जॉइंट पार्लियामेंट्री कमेटी करे और चर्चा होनी चाहिए, पहले से डायरेक्ट बिल नहीं ला सकते, हम ऑब्जेक्ट करेंगे और इधर स्टैंडिंग कमेटी भेजे और या जॉइंट पार्लियामेंट्री कमेटी करे उसकी। Nobody is against accountability in this country. This country is made and built by very honest people. So the point I'm making is that we all need time. They've just given us the bill. Either send it to standing committee for more deliberations or make a joint parliamentary committee.
इस देश के प्रत्येक नागरिक को हाई कोर्ट और सुप्रीम कोर्ट जाने का अधिकार है। यह अधिकार रहना चाहिए और यह एक अच्छा बिल हो रहा है। इस पर चर्चा होगी, सभी की राय ली जाएगी, सभी से बात होगी और चर्चा से जो निकलेगा, और हम नया तो कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं।
You heard the political reactions coming in. The opposition is saying that the centre is trying to divert the attention, meanwhile terming the Waqf bill as divisive. while the centre argues the case with the opposition that it is the demand from the Muslim community itself that they need amendments to the Waqf Act. Additionally, the bill seeks to do away with the concept of Waqf by use as well. My colleague Vasudha Venugopal is also joining me. Vasudha, there is a growing chorus by the opposition that the bill is divisive in nature.
Absolutely, Aditi. But the government is very clear that this is not anti-Muslim, and in fact, it is pro-Muslims. It's pro-common Muslim men and women, is what the government has said. In fact, the bill that is going to be introduced in the Parliament, in the Lok Sabha, in about a few minutes from now, it's around 1 o'clock is when we can expect the Minority Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju to be introducing this bill. 44 amendments will be brought into the existing Act of 1995. Also, an older bill of 1923 will also be repealed. That's the bill that basically was the first act which set in motion some regularization of Waqf properties. There are 9.7 lakh properties across the country that are deemed as Waqf properties. In fact, there is a specific section in the Waqf Act of 1995 which basically gives a lot of powers, indiscriminate powers according to the government, to the Waqf boards to denote any property as Waqf property, and that will be repealed in the 44 amendments that will be brought in by the government today. The government also proposes to make Waqf boards and Waqf Council more inclusive, gender inclusive, and also inclusive of different sects of Muslims, including the Pasmandas, Shias, Dawoodi Bohras, and also Aga Khani traditions, to ensure that they are not dominated by a certain sector of Sunnis alone. The government believes that there is a need for transparency, accountability, and also effectiveness in the working of the Waqf boards, and it has been citing these 120 petitions that have been lying in several courts, which have been demanding that the Waqf boards operate in a democratic fashion.
Right.
It has also said that the JPC that was led by Khalid Rahman, and also the Sachin committee asked for broad-based reforms. But of course, the opposition has decided. There have been motions that have been moved by Haibi Aden and also other Congress MPs like KC Venugopal, which have basically opposed the introduction of this bill. Owaisi has also moved a motion opposing the introduction of the bill, saying that this will basically violate the freedom of religion of minorities, and it is anti-constitutional in nature. So we'll have to see what happens. The bill will be introduced around 1 o'clock, and we are told that the government is not completely against the idea of sending it to a joint parliamentary committee. Now, the select committees and standing committees have not been constituted yet, so there'll be a new committee that might also look into it. But as of now, the government is very intent on clearing this, on passing this, because the government wants to also send out a message that it is for democracy and for judicial oversight of the Waqf boards.
Right, Vasudha, and if the bill proposed, if enacted, will give the central government the power to directly audit any Waqf property at any time, what are the key contentions that the people who are opposing the bill are saying? What are the key issues that the opposition is finding that this bill should not be passed, and this will give more powers to the centre?
Well, what I understand is the 2013 amendments that were made to the 1995 Waqf Act actually gave a lot of powers to the Waqf boards, and they also, those amendments also said that non-Muslims are also entitled to donate properties to the Waqf boards, which are things that this present character of the bill will change. It will also increase judicial oversight of the Waqf tribunals that work across the country. Remember, there are 40,000 cases that are pending in front of Waqf tribunals, and civic courts will have more jurisdiction to adjudicate over matters of Waqf properties. To give you a context, important places like Tolly Club in Kolkata or the Surat Municipal Corporation or even Bet Dwarka in Gujarat have also come under the scrutiny of courts because they've been designated as Waqf properties, because Waqf boards under existing laws do have a lot of powers to to denote and notify properties as Waqf properties, and this is something that the government will be challenging, and this is what the opposition has a problem with. The opposition says that Waqf is something that is very critical, integral to the Muslim way of life, and Waqf boards have the right to decide what is a Waqf property or not, because this is not just about documentation, but it is about what a property has been used for several years. They are in fact talking about the Hindu Endowment Act as well, which also does not really focus completely on endowments and also on oral history. They also say that the problem is mainly about encroachments, and the government should be looking at addressing the problem of encroachments. In fact, Owaisi's letter also also points out that the grants of the government, central government to the Waqf boards has been on a state of decline for several years, which is why the revenues, which is why the state of upkeep of these properties has also gone down. So several points of contention there, but the government is saying that this is also for gender justice and for making the Waqf boards inclusive, because they will be including Muslims from several sects, which is why several other sects of Muslims, barring the Sunnis, have also come in support of the bill, including the Sunni Council, which is led by the Ajmer Dargah Diwan.